Going to be doing another ad RIPS, the series where we basically pull up someone's advertising that we see online and we basically rip it. Could be good, could be fucking horrible. Let's see. So today we're going to be ripping a guy called Mike Bell. Now I actually got sent this ad a while ago and I saved it because it was so bad. And I just thought it might be funny / good to dissect this ad. So what we'll do first is we'll watch the ad, I'll give you my thoughts on it, and then I'll actually explain what I would do if I was actually to run advertising for this particular product. So to give you a bit of background, this guy, I believe, is he owns gyms and he now teaches like fitness coaches how to get clients online. And it's a video. Now, even before we even play the video, which is the worst part, just look at the copy. Learn the new technique that generates insane amounts of leads every month on autopilot. I mean, I don't know how many buzzwords and overused words in Facebook ads you can use in one particular ad, but like insane amounts of leads, autopilot. I mean, fucking hell. If people are still using the word autopilot in their ads, then you shouldn't be fucking advertising. This was cool in like 2014, but the whole like run your business on autopilot, build a business online on autopilot. But really, you should just quit the game if you're relying on copy like this to write it in ads. And then even just look at the headline: fire emoji, new technique to get clients, then an arrow to learn more. So it's like already like super hypey. No value, no context. It's like one line ad, which sucks. But it is with a video. So you can have short copy if the video is good. So let's have a quick look at this.
So check this out. This is Aruba. This is my bungalow on the water. And I'm going to be here for the next 7 days because I can go now travel wherever I want and do whatever I want. I've been able to do it in just a few short months. If you'd like to know how I was able to rent that bungalow and live this lifestyle, dude, you need to click the link below and watch the video. Seriously, it's going to blow your way. I'm going to show you what you need to do to go online and how to build a fitness product. Click the link below. I'd love to show you how.
All right, so this guy is obviously a complete douche. I'm sure he's got good intentions, maybe, but his advertising needs a lot of fucking work. So even before we get into any of the context of the video and what's said, let's have a look at this. So this is run on Facebook, but I imagine it was also run on Instagram because it's kind of got like the square video. I mean, look, it's going to give me like an attack, like a heart attack, even watching this thing. Look at the thing at the bottom, like revealed in big flashy letters, like in pink, like personal trainers, my 7-figure fitness funnel revealed. Like it's like there in your face. It's flashing. It's just horrible. Like, I'm not a big advocate of like super direct copy where it's like, hey, like learn how to make 6 figures, 7 figures. Like, unless this guy's like super in your face, super direct. I don't think for the most part that works whatsoever. But like you could do it in a smarter way than just having something fucking flashing, going to give someone a fit by like having this thing flashing in the face so much. So far, this is probably, the how to not advertise 101 is this ad. This would be literally like the worst ad example I've ever seen.
I'd love to show you how. For the next 7 days, this is my bungalow on the water.
It's like, he's like saying, hey, look at me. I won't run through the video again, but you guys heard it. So it's basically like, hey, look at me. I'm fucking cool. I'm on holiday in this really nice place. I'm going to teach you how to create a business around this lifestyle. It's very Ty Lopez 2016, which is what I can say. So I'm not surprised this, like, I can only assume that this ad did not work. Like, I would be shocked if this ad was successful. Like, and look, you can see this was ran a while ago, right? So this is like a year old. And if we go to his Facebook page, he's not running any ads now. So he's probably either been banned for, creating ads that suck, or obviously it wasn't making him money. I wouldn't be surprised if it's both of them. So here's the thing. Like, learn the new like the market is so much more sophisticated now in 2022 or in 2021 that you can't do like over hypey, really like skeptical, like learn the new technique that generates insane amount of leads. Like, it just doesn't, like, the market is more sophisticated. People aren't going to look at that and think, wow, this guy's got a new technique. They're going to look at that and think, wow, this guy's a dick. And I'm surprised he's not got like a lot of hate comments on this ad. Maybe he's deleted them or turned them off. But here's the thing: when I got started in 2016, this type of ad probably would have worked. So the ad that I actually bought my first like info product from, which was essentially a make money online course, and I remember the ad copy. It was a video, not like, it wasn't like a douchebag like this, but it was like of a group of people who were basically traveling the world, and they were like visiting all these beautiful places. And there was a bit of overlay, like voice overlay on it, being like, imagine if, you know, your dream life was your like everyday reality. So it was kind of like hypey stuff. It was done in a better way than this, but it was like a similar thing where it's like, hey, look at us, we're traveling the world, you can learn it too. Like, imagine if your everyday life was like your dream vacation or something along the lines of that. But the copy in the ad was, these people just quit their jobs and started traveling the world. What happened next shocked them. And then in brackets, it was watch video. So these guys, this group of people have just quit their jobs and started to travel the world. What happened next shocked them. And then in brackets, watch video. Right, so that's like a super hypey, like clickbaity piece of copy, right? But it worked in 2016. It worked for a tiny bit in 2017, I imagine, and then that type of stuff just doesn't work anymore. It definitely doesn't work in, 2021. So if you guys want a lesson on how to not create a Facebook ad, watch this video because it's friggin' awful. Even his like landing page sucks, man. Like I don't know, like maybe it looks better on mobile, but how to sell a 28-day challenge for $997. I'm not sure if this was the exact landing page that was running to this ad. It is the same link, but maybe he's changed the link. But like, yeah, this is awful. It's not spaced correctly. It doesn't look nice. This is really, really bad. One of the worst ads I've probably ever seen. So how do we fix it? How do we actually get better? Like, what do we do? So the fitness space is very interesting. The coaches, the people who coach coaches and the people who coach fitness coaches is literally the most saturated industry in like online digital marketing. Right now, you've got to have an extremely different way to grow the business to get clients through paid advertising. Or you've got to have like huge credibility. Even the people like Sam Ovens, who is like, one of the originals in the, hey, I coach coaches space, he doesn't really run ads anymore because he can't get them to work, right? So you've got to have a super unique mechanism, which is why there's multiple ads I could potentially do, but the one you really have to do if you are a coach that coaches fitness coaches how to get clients, you've got to have some new, unique way if you really want your ads to pop. Unless you've got like a killer back end and your lifetime value and average order value is like super high for each client, then maybe you can go unprofitable at the front end if you're just like doing like the regular ways. But typically, if you're going to have to, especially if you're new to the game, you've got to have some weird and wonderful new way to get clients that people haven't seen before. So the ad I would write is 100% a unique mechanism ad. And this is one of the ads I referenced in one of the previous videos, but essentially, and I'll give you some examples in a second here, but essentially what we do is we target and we start the ad by explaining a big industry problem. So an industry problem for fitness coaches who are looking to get clients in this example. Then once we basically display that we understand the pain point at a very specific level, so they feel like they feel understood, then we intro our unique solution. We explain why it works so well, and then we offer them the chance to learn the unique mechanism. This is the blueprint on how you should write an ad if you are a coach that helps fitness coaches get clients. So let's be specific now. So an industry problem. So one of the biggest industry problems is obviously that every single coach's coach out there talks about the same strategies. So it could be, organic marketing, content marketing, running ads on YouTube or Facebook. That is like the main strategies. Most of the part is like what Sam Ovens teaches, which is, or it was what he taught, which was Facebook ad to like a sales video to get them to book in a call with you. That's what everyone has been teaching for like the last, 3 to 5 years. So it's either that or it's like organic outreach where you've got to do like cold DMs, right? You've got to post content online and then message people who interact with your content and DM them. And there's different ways to DM people, but it's either that cold outreach or running ads. So the big problem is that everyone's teaching the same strategies, everyone's doing it, and those strategies themselves are super competitive. Like a lot of the same people are getting lots of DMs from different fitness coaches who are trying to prospect them to get clients. And the ad targeting is very competitive. So ads are actually really expensive for fitness coaches because there's so many fitness coaches targeting the same interests and placements online. So the ads are generally really expensive. So that's one thing I would start this ad off with, is talking about how the industry are all trying to do the same strategies and it's not profitable anymore. So that's one industry problem. Another one may be slow organic growth. So I know a lot of fitness coaches see the fitness coaches on Instagram doing extremely well, and they're like, I want a bit of that. So they get themselves psyched up. They start creating Instagram reels, Instagram videos, taking nice photos in the gym. They might pay someone to do a photo shoot with them. Then they'll write lots of organic posts. And then like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months in, there's absolutely fuck all momentum. They've got no followers, they're getting no likes, and they feel extremely demotivated. And they're just like, what the fuck am I doing? So they're like they would be two separate ads. You wouldn't talk about both of them. And this is an important point. When you write an ad, you need to be super specific on one specific problem. You don't want to start talking about lots of different problems. You want to hone in on one particular problem, because the people who are feeling that problem the most are going to resonate most with your ads. If you start targeting different problems in an ad, some people aren't going to really resonate with some of the things that you say, and they're going to be like, it's not going to hit home for them. But if you speak to one person on one pain point, then that person who's feeling that pain point the most is going to be like, shit, this person's talking to me. So that this would be like two separate pain points and two separate ads. But I just wanted to give you a couple of examples. And I want to give you actually an example of this one, the same strategies. So there was an old ad here. And I don't think she's running it anymore, but I think at the time when I saved this ad, she had quite a bit of engagement on it and it started pretty well. The copy towards the end isn't that good, but I want to talk to you about like the beginning part, which is basically the hook that gets them in. So are you a personal trainer hustling, doing cold outreach because you've been told it's what you must do to get clients? The truth is cold messaging is an outdated tactic that used to work 1-2 years ago, but it's becoming less and less effective. Why? Not only is it boring and time consuming, but more and more business coaches are teaching the same regurgitated tactics, meaning most of your competitors are doing it, which means the same coaches are hitting up the same groups, practicing the same people with the same script. So this is like a perfect intro to an ad. I'm not too sure about the rest of it. I don't think she talks about a unique mechanism good enough, so I'm not going to go through that piece of copy, but this is actually really strong. And I imagine this got a lot of attention. So this is a great way to do this intro. Then you want to intro your unique solution. So we need to come up with, like I said, a unique solution, and you would intro it here. Then you need to explain why your unique solution works so well. So I'll give you a few examples. So it should be new process. So there's a couple of ways, if I was coaching fitness coaches how to get clients, I would try, number one, to master a new platform that isn't super saturated. So I wouldn't be teaching people how to get clients on Instagram. I would not be teaching people how to get clients on Facebook, like posting in Facebook groups. I wouldn't be teaching clients how to potentially like grow a YouTube channel because that's kind of slow. So I would focus on platforms that not a lot of people are on or that are new. So there's a new potential opportunity. So one of them would be TikTok, right? And I know TikTok's been around for a while now. I know there are a lot of fitness coaches on TikTok, but for most people, TikTok is still this new shiny object. And there's still not a lot of people who know how to use the platform. A lot of the younger guys, so like obviously like a lot of like the 17, 18, 19-year-olds who kind of grew up over the past couple of years using TikTok, there's actually a lot of young fitness influencers on TikTok that don't have a big following on YouTube or Instagram, but they're making a shit ton of money on TikTok because they just understand the platform, they're creating content, and they're getting clients that way. But there's an older generation, my generation, like I'm 29, so from 25 to 30 to 40, there's a whole load of fitness coaches that over the past maybe 5 years have strictly used Instagram and Facebook ads to grow the business. Now those strategies aren't working as effectively before. There's like a whole older generation of fitness coaches that are like, shit, I need lead generation. I need to learn how to get clients. Like my lead flow is dried up. So if I was to do it, I would target the people who were used to using the same strategies that are no longer effective, and I would present them the new opportunity of TikTok and show them, how to leverage TikTok to grow their fitness business. Because I still think it's completely untapped. So that would be one new unique mechanism, and that would people would love that. If I ran an ad campaign right now for a fitness coach, like Coach Who Coaches Fitness Coaches, around how they can use TikTok, I know 100% that ad would blow up and the whole thing would make a shit ton of money. So if you're watching this and you're a fitness coach and you know how to get clients with TikTok and you want to help other fitness coaches get clients with TikTok, then hit me up because we could completely blow this campaign up for you. Another way is also with Twitter. So Twitter is a weird platform. It kind of like blew up when it obviously first got released. It was the main way that influencers and celebrities communicated with their fans. It was kind of like happened before Instagram, and then when Instagram came out, like a lot of the influencers now just mostly use Instagram. So Twitter kind of died off for a lot of people. But more recently, Twitter's kind of had a resurgence, and I think it is an untapped platform because you don't need 1 million followers to make a shit ton of money as a fitness coach. You don't need that many followers. But the thing is, if you're on Instagram, you do need a lot of followers because there's so many people on Instagram with big followings and a lot of credibility that, you're just going to blend in with, the crowd of people trying to, who are desperate for attention. But if you're on Twitter, where not a lot of fitness coaches have big followings, then you only need a modest following to stand out. Or you don't need one at all because your content can stand out because people aren't looking at follower count on Twitter. And also on Twitter, there is a lot of like high net worth individuals. So a lot of like CEOs, a lot of founders, a lot of like traders, people into crypto. And again, if you're a fitness coach, you probably want to target high wealth individuals because they can pay for your services. So again, I think like Twitter would be like a good way to go. Like I recently, just full transparency, I recently paid a guy to help me with Twitter, and I paid him $12,000 to help me basically grow and get agency clients on Twitter. It's going pretty well. But I didn't pay him $12,000 to teach me how to grow an agency. I didn't pay him $12,000 to learn how to grow a team, how to make an offer. I purely paid him $12,000 to help me grow and get clients on Twitter. It was pure $12K for lead gen. Usually when you pay $12, $15K for a course or a mastermind, you typically pay them to help you with a lot of different things. So not only like how to prospect and how to get clients, but it's usually like back-end systems, sales, hiring, company culture, all that sort of good stuff. No, I just paid this guy $12K just to teach me how to get lead flow on Twitter because, for the agency space, most people use cold email. And that is like a super saturated thing. So it's the same thing for me. The reason why I paid him so much money to grow on Twitter, because it was relatively untapped for my niche. So that's just the power of having a new platform. You can charge huge rates. So that's one thing. Another way is to have a new process. So you could use the same platform, but you've got a new process. And right now it's pretty difficult, honestly, off the top of my head. I couldn't really think of like a super standout example for fitness coaches to get clients from like Instagram or Instagram or Facebook. One thing is that YouTube Shorts ads are being released. So, I mean, a lot of people know about YouTube, but like YouTube had just released YouTube Shorts ads. And I filmed a video recently on that, but that would be like a new process. Same platform, YouTube advertising is kind of like the same platform people have been using the last few years to grow. But YouTube Shorts ads is essentially like a new process. So maybe I would teach people how to run YouTube Shorts ads to get fitness clients. So that would be one way. A best example of this is probably a guy called Tanner Chittister. I believe that's how you say his name. So he blew up. He's one of the biggest. He coaches coaches now, but he started off as a fitness coach. Then he started coaching fitness coaches, and now he just coaches coaches generally. But anyway, at that time, most people were teaching you run an ad to a webinar, and then you either direct a sale or you run an ad to a VSL, which is basically just a short sales video, and you get them basically on the phone, and then you sell them a high ticket product. So these were like the main ways in like 2016, 17, 18 that people were teaching how to get clients for fitness coaches or just coaches in general. What Tanner did, and I'm sure there was other people, but I know for sure like this was his strategy. He did run ads. So again, kind of same platform, but he ran them into Messenger. So he ran them into a software called ManyChat, which is basically an automated messenger software for Facebook. So he ran them into a messenger chat. And in the messenger chat, it basically still tried to get them on the phone, or it did try and get them onto like a VSL training or a webinar. But what it allowed him to do was that he could then go into Messenger afterwards, and he could message them manually. So at this point with these, you basically run an ad, and here you send them emails, getting them to attend the webinar or getting them to watch the VSL. And basically you're just running ads, get the email address, trying to get them to watch the webinar, and hopefully they buy or hopefully they book in a call with you. And that was the entire follow-up process. It was basically just this email flow. You could run retargeting ads, but for the most part, this was it. But obviously with email, average open rate is 20%, click-through rate is 1%. Like if you email someone, like they're not going to believe that it's actually you emailing them. Even if you email them manually, being like, hey Sam, saw you just registered for our webinar, like was wondering if you need any help with anything. Like I'm still going to think that that is an automated email. So I'm not going to respond. So there's no like back and forth communication. It is all one way. It's all you putting the ad in front of them, you sending them an email with no reply, you presenting to them with no reply. Hopefully they buy. And in this funnel, it's only on the phone that you actually have like two-way communication. The cool thing, what he did was, again, it was ads, so it was exactly the same. And initially with Messenger, it's all one way. But this actually allowed him to have a two-way conversation without getting on the phone. And obviously there's just some people that don't like getting on the phone because it's too big of a commitment, but most people will respond to a message. And at that point, Messenger got like 90% open rates. So like most people who opted into his funnel would then receive a follow-up message from him, and like reply rate would be super high as well. It's probably around like 50% of people would reply. So he actually got into a two-way conversation with 50% of his leads. And basically he would send, and this was manual, it wasn't automated, but he would obviously chat to them, ask about the pain points, what they were struggling with, offer them a solution. He would get them on the phone, and then he would close. So this was like his strategy. And it was like a new process at that time. Obviously, it's not new now, but this is why it worked so well, because so many people had, webinar registrations were getting expensive. They were struggling to get people to show up for the calls. They were struggling to make a VSL. Making a webinar is like super high level marketing, and like it just takes a ton of fucking time. So not everyone can do that. So he would have presented this way and been like, just get them into a message and you can message them and close them. Yes, it's manual, but the conversion rates are through the roof. So that's what I would do. Like, you need to come up with like a new process, and Tanner did it incredibly well. And then from there, obviously give them the opportunity to learn the unique mechanism, which is obviously the CTA. And then that will go towards your sales funnel. So that's how, if you're a fitness coach or if you coach fitness coaches, this is the type of ad that you need to do. It is all about this. It is literally just all about this. Nothing else really matters other than you having a unique mechanism. That's the only thing. In this saturated space, you have just got to showcase. It doesn't matter if you don't have a lot of followers. It doesn't matter if you don't even have that much credibility. If you've got like a unique way to get clients, then you are going to stand out, because everyone has been drumming the same drum for the past 5 years, and everyone is sick of it and everyone is burnt out. So if you can offer a new opportunity, you are going to absolutely kill it. And then just a reminder, don't be like Mike Bell. He is possibly the creator of the worst ad that I have ever seen in my life. So please don't copy this guy. Do something like this. Stand out, be authentic. And yeah, like I said, if you run this type of ad, it will kill it for you.